Friends, we're in the happiest city in Russia, Shakhty, the city of joy. In reality, Shakhty is often ranked among the worst cities in Russia, constantly showing up in ratings as one of the most crime-ridden and dangerous places. They even say the people here are some of the most unfriendly you'll ever meet. Shakhty is a city in the Rostov region, near the border with Ukraine, and according to countless surveys and studies, it's basically the worst place to live in Russia. Just look at the stats. In the past 5 years, Shakhty has twice been named the most dangerous city in the country. In 2018, Doma Fund ranked it 144th out of 150 cities for quality of life. And the local utility system was listed among the worst in Russia. Then in autumn 2020, a RIA Novosti study found that out of Russia's 100 largest cities, Shakhty had the lowest salaries. So I decided to see what this terrible city was really like, and headed there myself. The moment I arrived, I found myself in the Roma neighborhood.
Gypsies started moving in, getting into drugs. That was in the 90s. And then slowly, everything started falling apart and getting burned down. There was nothing left. They tried again and again to evict them, but never managed to.
Are there many Roma in Shakhty?
Oh, sure, plenty.
This used to be a mining town, but the coal industries collapsed, and the city collapsed with it. People say it's the most dangerous place in Russia. And it's not just media hype, it's based on actual surveys. Out of 200 cities, residents themselves rated Shakhty as the most dangerous. On a 10-point scale, they gave it a 4.5. Locals say, well, it's a total dump. Anyway, our goal today, friends, is to make it through in one piece. Not an easy task, since there aren't many smooth roads around here.
Hello!
Hello there!
We're tourists from Moscow. Can you tell us what's going on here?
What do you mean?
How's life in the city these days?
All good?
We're filming a show.
Do you live here?
No.
Where are you from?
We're from far away.
Where from?
They'll come out and tell you. Just wait.
What a rundown neighborhood. Even the dog looks starving. Is this supposed to be a gym?
Look, there's a barbell here.
Never give up. Workout club.
And this thing's for the barbell?
Yeah, the bar fits in here. Those are 1-liter bottles filled with sand.
Dumbbells too. Check this out.
That's how real Rostov youth build character. Just look at this place. They built it from nothing. A classy gym. And that tire, that's an expensive one.
Yeah. It's a low-profile tire.
This is a Shakhty gym, where the city's finest heroes are forged.
Looks like the Roma have moved into these abandoned houses. But Shakhty isn't dangerous just because of the Roma. This is where the most notorious serial killer in Russian history began his career, Andrei Chikatilo.
Between 1978 and 1990, Andrei Chikatilo committed 52 murders across the Rostov, Vladimir, Sverdlovsk, Leningrad, and Moscow regions, as well as in Krasnodar, Ukraine and Uzbekistan. Each killing was marked by extreme cruelty. The final verdict, death by execution.
Right now, we are standing here on Medzhevoy Lane, not far from the city center. Here's house number 26. It's a clay house. As far as I can tell, this should be the house. At least that's what the map says. But it's gone. Nothing's left. It was here that he committed his first murder. A 9-year-old girl. Her body was found just 30 meters from here, by the river. There's a lot of conflicting information online about Chikatilo's house. Some say that after he was caught, angry locals tore it down completely. Others claim that in the 1990s, another serial killer from Rostov came here, supposedly looking for inspiration. Now there's nothing, no signs, no markings, no graffiti. Just a crumbling house by the road beside the river.
разрушенный старый дом.
Chikatilo had over 40 confirmed murders.
40 доказанных убийств его
He was executed in 94. Most of his crimes were sexually motivated,
сексуальным мотивом.
brutal, sadistic killing. Psychiatrists say he actually took pleasure in the act of murder. He operated for years all through the 1980s.
Like Hannibal Lecter in the movies, Hannibal the Cannibal. Chikatilo's name became just as infamous. The killer Chikatilo. Even the sound of it gives you chills. A regular teacher, history I think, committing such horrific crimes. I'm not even sure if this is the exact spot, but as Ilya said, there's nothing left of that house. Completely wiped from history.
And this is the river where Chikatilo's first victim was found. Did you ever see Chikatilo?
Sure, he lived nearby.
He was your neighbor?
No, I lived a bit farther down the street.
But same street?
Yeah, I used to see him. Always well-dressed, with a briefcase, looking neat and respectable.
So no one suspected a thing?
No, not at all. Just thought some young guy had moved in. Back then, there were houses all along here. It wasn't empty like now. Yes, there were lots of houses here. The place only fell apart later. That was after the 90s. Yeah, some people got new apartments. Others just left for good. Back then, a few drunkards lived around here. We asked them, "Who's that young guy?" I just got curious. They told me, "Oh, he teaches at college." College No 33, said he was a teacher there. I'd see him sometimes. Girls would come by to see him. There's a little path over there, like a dirt trail. They'd walk up and down it all the time.
Since 2016, Shakhty has consistently ranked among the top 3 most dangerous cities in Russia, according to local surveys. But instead of just trusting the data, I decided to ask the locals myself. Here's the latest news from Shakhty. A phone and dashcam were stolen from a car while the driver was in a store. So how's the crime situation here?
It's okay.
Is it dangerous?
No, all good.
You ever had any trouble?
Nope.
Never? No incidents at all?
No, not at all.
They also say people here are unfriendly.
People are fine here.
Next headline, a Shakhty local stole a safe with $40,000 and took it home. So, how's life in Shakhty?
Not great.
Why?
I think you know why.
They say it's the most dangerous city in Russia, no?
No,
What's bad about it then?
everything. No jobs, no social support.
Lots of Roma here?
Plenty.
What do they do here?
They deal in scrap metal and drugs.
Drugs? Do they steal coal too?
There's no coal left.
So the mines are closed?
Yeah, shut down back in 2000. They looted everything and that was that. Shakhty's hit rock bottom.
A local fisherman's trip to the Don River ended in criminal charges. So how are things in Shakhty?
Terrible.
Why?
There are no jobs. No roads, nothing works.
What's the worst thing you've seen?
A guy chasing someone down with a knife. Another one pointing a gun right out of his car window.
A con man from Shakhty took $430 and never fixed the guy's roof. What kind of people live here? All this happened in just one day. Honestly, I doubt even Moscow sees this much craziness. They say Shakhty is the most criminal city.
Really?
Yep.
No, it's the opposite.
Thing good here,
Yeah, it's calm here.
so it's all good.
Of course.
But there's no work. People have no money.
Who says there's no work?
Everyone complains about it.
Those who don't want to work, they don't work. They just wander around, pick up scrap, turn it in. If you want to work, you'll find something.
So there's enough work here.
Sure, everyone's got a job.
Do you work?
Well, I'm retired. But listen, guys, work. Don't just hang around. There's plenty of work, enough for everyone. People just don't want to, they want everything right away. But life doesn't work like that.
After safety, the second biggest problem in Shakhty is poverty. In 2020, Shakhty ranked dead last among Russia's 100 largest cities in salary levels, both in absolute numbers and in how far those wages go. According to Rosstat, the average salary here is about $350 a month. Barely enough to buy 1.5 standard consumer baskets.
Who can live on that? No jobs, no pensions, nothing.
How much is your pension?
170. It's miner's pension.
70? How long did you work in the mines for?
15 years. A kilometer underground. And you've got to stretch every cent. You pay $85 for utility bills and survive as you can.
My mom gets about 185.
What does she do?
She's a janitor now.
A janitor for $185 a month? And you're studying, right?
Yes, I am.
Planning to leave someday?
When I've saved enough money, then maybe.
So, we've been in Shakti for over an hour now, trying to find danger. Maybe it's hiding behind the garages. No danger here, Max, just drug ads. Maybe the danger's somewhere over there. Look how neatly they placed that concrete slab on a wire. Like a trap. Just like the Viet Cong hunting Americans. See, you step here, the thing collapses. It's really just a concrete slab on some tiny wires. And down you go. They really left traps like this, I'm not kidding. Here's just a plank of wood over the trap. Now I get why you shouldn't walk here at night. Not because of danger, but because you'll probably fall into a mine shaft. Another issue with Shakti is that the infrastructure's falling apart. They say 90% of the pipes and water lines are worn out. Many homes don't even have hot water anymore, or the pressure's so weak, it doesn't reach above the second floor. Heating's a problem too. When you check rental ads, you often see apartment with individual heating. That means people had to invent their own way to stay warm. And where does the water go? It flows right into the streets. In winter, it freezes into thick sheets of ice. Walking or driving becomes a nightmare. The whole thing looks surreal. Strange engineering solutions everywhere. Let's just take a look around, 50 meters in any direction. There's a portal to hell over there, steam pouring out of the ground. Something's buried under the leaves, and there are boards with nails sticking straight up. Let's move on. We're going down. Construction debris everywhere. Steam's still rising. We keep descending. Here's a bench or what's left of one. A massive tire next to it. All right, let's head the other way. Welcome to Shakti, the city of adventure. The city of unexpected discoveries. The city of joy. Okay, we're climbing up again. Another strange engineering solution, some kind of support beam, like there's a magnetic field or something. Whatever it is, it's gone wrong.
Look at this surprised face.
Yes, it looks surprised. And here is another portal. A half-open manhole. Mystery doors leading from nowhere to nowhere. Everything looks completely surreal. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the Ninja Turtles lived down here. Everywhere you look, hatches, pipes, steam. It's like Iceland with all these thermal springs. More pits with branches over them. More pits, broken curbs. Just pure chaos everywhere. You can't imagine how bad it gets. There's even what looks like a body bag by the playground. What is this? It just keeps getting crazier. It's so bad. Look at this manhole. It looks like it's quite deep. It's deep and terrifying. Here's a playground. Looks like we're getting closer and closer to danger. And what's worse, there's no people, only drug ads. Trash. But there are some bold colors. People clearly love their beer. They use the bottles to make fences. And you know what? Despite everything, People do try to improve their surroundings here.
Как-то тут делать себе благоустройство сам.
In most cities, people make shortcuts for walking.
Люди протаптывают тропинки, чтобы было как-то быстрее идти, то
In Shakti, they make shortcuts for cars.
прокладывают машины. То есть
There used to be a boulevard here. They just drove right over it and tore up the ground. Too lazy to drive around and turn properly. So to save 30 seconds, they wrecked everything. Now there are these random dirt tracks. Old tires dumped everywhere, the pinnacle of Shakti landscaping. A tire sofa over here, peak tire art. A fence made of truck tires over there. And of course, pipes everywhere. New ones, temporary ones, they're clearly trying to fix something. But judging by all the ice from leaking water, things here are still pretty bad. Friends, some of you might think I'm in London, in Notting Hill maybe. And yes, friends, in a way, you'd be right. But also not. We're in Shakti, Artyomovsky district. Rows of identical houses. Doors painted brighter than the houses themselves, just like in London, a little island of joy, an antique district. Surrounded by tires, but still luxurious. Luxurious Shakti living.
If I gain a couple more kilos, my face won't fit here.
And at night it's even worse. There's rusty rebar sticking out right at face height. One wrong step and it'll scalp you.
Yes, it will scalp you for sure.
Seriously, this stuff is sharp, right at head level. If you drift off for a second, boom! You rip your head open on these spikes. There should be blood stains everywhere, or people have just gotten used to it, pipes too, everywhere you look. Because of all their water supply issues, everything's patched together. Temporary fixes leaks upon leaks. How do you even live in Shakti? Can you live in Shakti?
I don't get it.
Is Shakti a good city?
I don't understand.
Your city? Is it good?
If this is good for you, then yes. From the 80s, that was good. This? Not so good. Not good at all.
I see. So look, friends, this is a typical Shakti sidewalk, pure ice. And here's a Shakti boy, walking gracefully across the ice, not falling. Hey there! Everything here's frozen, the lawn, the pavement, everything under a sheet of ice. A classic local scene. It happens in so many neighborhoods. Pipes burst, sewers overflow, and all that junk floods onto the sidewalks. That's how you get these wonderful Shakti walkways. And don't worry if you slip and break something. The hospital's right next door. And then, out of nowhere, beauty. Suddenly, there are ponies. Someone's built a tiny playground for kids. Derevyashkina Tatarkina. A perfect example of what one person who loves their yardu can do, just takes care of it themselves. The Pochemu Club, a little play area. And looking at all this, I have just one question. Why is it such a complete mess here? You're walking fast, really fast!
Well, of course.
What are you looking for in those trash bins?
Bread.
Bread?
Yes, for pigeons.
You're looking for bread for the pigeons.
Yes.
Wow, I see. And otherwise everything's fine?
Yes, I've got a little at home. I'll bring some soon.
So you feed pigeons?
Yes.
We thought this grandma was digging through trash because she had problems, maybe no money. We even wanted to help. Turns out she's just incredibly kind. She collects old bread, whatever food people throw away, and feeds the pigeons. She finds the bread first, then finds the pigeons, and feeds them. She's 86. Speaks clearly, moves fast. Honestly, you can't even keep up with her. Just an amazing person here in Shakti. Here's the railway station. They've fenced off the station with these giant concrete blocks, painted them bright white, so in winter you can't see them at all. How's your mood today?
Fine, thank you.
Really? I read somewhere that the most cautious people live in Shakti.
Who are you, by the way? Let's introduce ourselves before we start debating.
We're tourists.
Tourists? From where? Russian tourists?
From Moscow?
Ha! Moscow. Spoiled people.
Spoiled, yes.
Oh, you've got an easy life there. We never really trust Moscow folk. I served there once. People are bad there.
Really?
Yes.
Agree. That's why we left and came to you.
Ah, so you're back here. For a while then?
Yes.
I can tell right away, you're a nonconformist.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Filming is not allowed.
What brings you here?
We're just...
Just?
Tourists from Moscow.
Tourists?
And you?
I work here.
Oh, really? How's the job?
Great. Are you planning to film something?
Yes, we are.
There are anti-terrorism measures underway at the station.
Really? How are they going? Successfully?
Let's not joke about that.
How can you not joke about that?
It doesn't matter.
And
Filming is prohibited here.
where? Is it prohibited?
On the station grounds.
By whom?
By, well,
We're not even in the station. We're outside.
are you listening to me? There are anti-terrorism measures being carried out. And by filming and posting online,
I've not posted anything yet.
you make it possible for someone to plant a device.
Это дает тем лицам, которые это осуществляют, возможность о заложении данного предмета.
So filming is prohibited.
What's your name? Sorry?
Kirill,
Kirill. Got it. I hear you.
Хорошо, я вас услышал.
it's like this at every station all over the country.
Всем это доводят.
Thanks, Kirill. I appreciate the info. No, I don't entirely agree.
Everyone sees it differently.
По-разному расценивает это.
As a police officer, would you say Shakti's safe now? People online call it one of the most dangerous cities.
Who says that?
It's just on the internet. Should we be worried?
They can write anything online.
No, but these were locals. It was a survey. Residents themselves said it's the most dangerous city.
Are you still filming?
Yes.
Then I give you permission.
And that's what's dangerous. Got it.
Хорошо.
Is it safe in the evening?
Yes, safe. We're on duty all night.
Harsh, isn't it? Shakti once again proves its title, the city with the most unfriendly people. Police have just found a baby camel stolen near Shakti. I honestly don't understand what's going on anymore. A teacher from Shakti shot a guy in the neck in the village of Tatsinskaya. A taxi driver in a Renault hit a cat in Shakti and fled the scene somewhere near Mashino-Shetnaya district. And why does all this happen? Because Officer Kirill is busy doing nonsense at the train station instead of solving crimes. Financial problems in Shakti are, of course, easy to understand. Unemployment here is sky high. In the Rostov region, the official unemployment rate is 4.6%. But locals say that in reality, the only work you can find is in the service sector. And if you're lucky enough to make $350 a month, that's already reason to celebrate. How much does a barista make here in Shakti?
Oh, well, it depends, really.
Roughly?
Hard for me to say. I run my own little coffee shop.
But on average?
Around 370.
It's hard to find work here, isn't it?
Why no? I work in a kindergarten. My salary is $120.
You're serious?
Yes, $150 before tax. But then you have taxes.
So after deductions, it's 120?
Yes, around that.
How do you live on that?
Well,
No, really, how do you live on that?
my son helps out. He works off the books, does odd jobs down by the canal. And my mom, thank God, is alive. She gets a pension.
So her pension's more than your salary?
Yes, my mom's pension is higher than my paycheck.
And then there's public transport. People say it's not the worst city for it, but good luck getting anywhere. Some routes run once an hour, some not at all. There are no trams, no trolley buses, only minibuses and a few stray buses. Since the whole network was handed over to private companies, it's completely fallen apart. If you're on one of the main streets, you might catch a minibus. But try to reach the outer districts, forget it. The city's big and you're stranded. for some mysterious reason. Shakti also has the ugliest benches in Russia. Instead of making normal, comfortable ones, they installed these advertising monstrosities, literal marketing trash for people to sit on, and of course there are fences everywhere. No one knows why, they just are. Suddenly, though, we found ourselves on a pedestrian street. And it's beautiful. A real boulevard that's unexpectedly elegant. A statue of Alexander II and an air conditioner bolted right next to him.
Alexander II in Shakti.
No one would have expected this from Shakti. Of course, no one maintains the architecture. Everything that could be ruined has been ruined. Balconies slapped on every facade, random bits of reconstruction. They even managed to remodel the town square, but by just adding curbs. For no reason. Just to give people something to trip over.
You know, this isn't even a city, 'tis a masterpiece of bad naming. The capital of irony. Do you realize how luxurious this place is? And the best part, they mean it seriously. City of business development, city of the future, and right next to the sign, discounts on graves.
At the entrance to Shakti, there's another proud sign. The city is famous for its Olympic champions. And whenever you start criticizing the city, locals proudly say, hey, Shakti gave the world 10 Olympic champions. And yes, that's true. But I'd like to remind everyone, there isn't even a stadium in Shakti anymore. I have no idea where the next Olympic champions are supposed to train. Maybe they practice by leaping over potholes or sprinting away from stray dogs. Whatever it is, sports here are in sad shape. The stadium, as far as I know, has been under reconstruction for years. No one knows when it'll ever reopen. So for now, the only sports available in Shakti are jumping over potholes and running away from hooligans. Yes, life in Shakti is rough. But to be fair, it's just as rough in almost every mid-sized Russian city. Crumbling infrastructure, constant water outages, unemployment, and naturally, the crime that follows. These are things I see almost everywhere I go. And if, on the way to Shakti, I expected to find some unique danger, what I found instead was despondency. Although maybe that's the real danger in Russia.